I was watching that Arizona Seahawks game very closely yesterday. I thought it was interesting, and I kind of thought Arizona would win. They lost by 10, so forget Arizona. I think the Niners should be able to handle Arizona this year. Seattle looks legit. They've won 4 in a row by double digits. Their defense is good. Their offense is good. Their rookie running back is good. Their quarterback is good. They have 6 wins. Their coach is really good. Are the Niners better than the Seahawks? I think a lot of Niner fans expect the Niners to win this division. What do you think?
On paper, for sure, I think the Niners are still better. If roster-wise, they have more talent on the team. The quarterback may be a question. I think it comes down to the same hesitations I have about the 49ers going far in the postseason, and those 2 hesitations are Jimmy Garoppolo and Kyle Shanahan. Those are the 2 things that I have questions about the 49ers, and those are the things I wonder. I mean, so far, Pete Carroll has shown that he's a better coach than Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he has Super Bowls. He beats the 49ers more than he loses. So Pete Carroll and the Seahawks, they're playing from a great position, which is nothing to lose. Everyone counted them out, and they're exceeding expectations this year. And now you're seeing the 49ers who have not lived up to, not played up to the expectations this year. So it's very
different vibe. It's a different vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different vibe, and it's a different, the feeling when you're playing on one of those teams, it's different. If you're a player,
those teams that come out of nowhere, that still they're they got a great record, week 10 to 11, and people are still like, I don't know about this team. Those are the dangerous ones. That's 2011 Niners.
Yeah,
just saying, those are the teams that they don't have trap games, they don't have letdown games because they're constantly proving themselves, and that's what makes them who they are in that season.
Yeah,
they're a new team. They're the new. No one thinks they should be there, and so every freaking week they prove it. That's not the Niners. The Niners are inconsistent.
The Seahawks are scarier in that regard because, they're playing. They have nothing to lose. Whereas the 49ers, they are expected to be playing at a higher level than they are.
They win one game against the Rams, and they're like, "See, we're the greatest team in the world." Like, no, you just beat the Rams. Whereas the Seahawks have now won 4 in a row by double digits, and still people aren't being like, "Hey, that team could win the NFC." Like, they absolutely could win the NFC. It's wide open. And they don't seem to have any glaring weaknesses right now, or more than any other team in the NFC. So, the Niners might be better than the Seahawks, but they're definitely more inconsistent than the Seahawks too. And if you look at the Seahawks schedule, they still have to play Kansas City and the 49ers and the Jets. 3 tough games, but they have 2 games left against the Rams, and they got the Panthers coming up. So, it's not a guarantee that the Niners are going to catch the Seahawks. And if they don't, that's because of how they messed around in September and October.
Yeah, and I think, the 49ers, it's about playing up to your potential. If Kyle can get these guys to play up to their max potential, then they're a better team than the Seahawks. The Seahawks so far, Pete Carroll's having them playing above their potential, I think. And so that's the difference right now.
They've lost 3 games. One was to the Niners, week 2. Niners smoked them. Another one was a close game. They lost by 4, I want to say, to Atlanta. Hey, well, Atlanta beat the Niners, and then they lost by, I want to say, 7 to the Saints. Well, we haven't seen what the Niners are going to do against the Saints. So it's hard to look at the Seahawks and write them off in any way. They look as legit as any team not named the Eagles in the NFC. And this got to be a little discouraging from the Niners. They're thinking Rams. That's their team we got to beat. That's the team we're going to measure ourselves against. The Rams freaking suck.
Yeah.
They suck. Like, they might be the worst team, them in Carolina. They're worse than Tampa. So, Seattle, good team, legit team. They handled Arizona. Arizona looked like they knew. Well, in the second half, they just looked so, I don't know what the word is, but.
I don't think Kyle Shanahan's excited about bringing his team up to Seattle, playing in Seattle against that team right now. So,
no.
I think they're nervous about it. But again, I think 49ers are better on paper. All the guys are coming back. The team's starting to get healthy after this bye week. And so hopefully they can stay healthy and then play up to their potential. If they play up to their potential, they can beat any team in the NFL. Honestly, they're really one of the most talented rosters in the league. But that's the question. Can they play up to their potential?
Because Seattle is.
Yes, above.
And And if the Niners play up to their potential, that game in Seattle is going to be phenomenal. If they don't, they're going to get smoked.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward. Can't wait to see. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. And we haven't been talking about the Chargers at all. We're not going to talk about the Chargers. I had an eye on them too. They're playing Atlanta, who just beat the Niners, and the Chargers beat them. Close game. Chargers won. So either the Chargers are going to beat the Niners, or the Niners had 11 dudes hurt, and that wasn't really who they are, and now they're coming off a bye, and this is who they are now. And I'm open-minded to that.